This is a basic overview of the steps in the persuasion sequence. While these are listed in order, you don't need to do these steps in any particular sequence. This is just to keep a list in your mind. Remember, the whole process of the persuasion sequence is to ask questions and then let the conversation run and meander and wander based on their answers. You ask questions, they answer questions. You ask follow-up questions, they answer those, and the conversation kind of meanders all over the place. And while the conversation is meandering all over the place, you keep these steps in mind and mentally tick them off as they get crossed off your list. And so you might ask a question up here, they'll answer a question, and then a perfect follow-up question might be a step way down here. So you ask that question and you keep track while you're asking the questions. The basic idea is the more of these steps you go through during the conversational process, the longer you spend on each step during the conversational process, the more likely your target will buy whatever you're selling. The more likely your target will do whatever you want them to do. So the very, very first step, the very first thing is to give them appreciation and recognize, admit, validate that they are the one that made the decision to make this conversation happen. This validates their sense of integrity of their agency. You want to always maintain the integrity of their agency. You always want to respect the integrity of their agency. Remember, the whole process of the persuasion sequence is to ask questions and use their answers that they're choosing and use these answers to lead them to do what you want. And so the first thing you do is say thank you for making the decision to make this conversation possible. I know you could have been doing other things, but you chose to talk to me, and I appreciate that. Thank you. It doesn't matter if you're selling door to door. It doesn't matter if you're cold calling people. Because they chose to talk to you, that was a choice they made. So validate the integrity of their agency and say thank you for making the decision to make this conversation possible. It's my intention to use your time the most effective way possible. The next step is to take away any kind of fear on their part that you're going to try to pressure them into a situation, that you're trying to pressure them into a sale. And so you want to let them know that the only way you want to make a sale is if there's some kind of a mutual benefit, if it benefits both parties equally the same. Let them know overtly and clearly and blatantly that yes, you'd like to make a sale, but you only want to make a sale if it benefits both parties equally. You're looking for mutual benefit. So say something like this. Look, I'm a salesperson. I want to sell you something. If you buy something from me, I will make a big commission, and I would love to make a big commission, but I don't know what it is you want. I don't know what your pain points are. I don't know what you're looking for. So therefore, I have no idea if what I have can help you or not. So that being said, would it be okay if I asked you a few questions just to see if there's any potential overlap? That will get away their fear that you're trying to pressure them, and that will let them know that you have both people's interests in mind, and that will be a great place to continue the conversation.